Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Ever17, the Out of Infinity. And I'm very glad that you guys can hear me, because I always try to test the audio out before each episode, and if there's these bars, where would it be in relation? On up there in the corner. Actually, it's not. It's you can't see it. Oh, I guess I could say right up here. As I say something, they go up. And I normally try to test that before I ever hit the record button, but I forgot. Why am I looking at the microphone? Hello, microphone. I'm talking to you. I forgot to do that last time, so I was pretty sure I was going to record another one. I was pretty sure I was going to record another one, like I did before, where there was no audio, and then I was really kind of sarcastic when I was re-recording it, because that's just how I am, I guess. I get annoyed. I just get really sarcastic. Here we are. So, probably a very weird beginning to this episode, but there was audio, as you already know from the last one. So, the reason I'm mentioning it, I don't know. I don't know why I mentioned it. But anyway, whatever. So, let's get going. What happened? Suddenly, a low metallic sound reverberated throughout the installation. It was a dull, muffled sound. What was that?
少し揺れたわね。
Coco ran over Sora. Clutched to her chest was Pee-Pee. Coco was hugging him so hard he seemed about to rupture. That's not good.
今何があったの？嫌な音がしたけど。
フロアを支えるシャフトの一部に歪みが発生しました。海流の乱れに影響された模様です。
How dangerous are we talking about here?
誤差の範囲内だと思い
Impending
ます
death
が。
or
いえ、
just not
待ってください。
danger?
ツバイトシュトックの倉庫、圧力制御用の配管に異常があります。
Yeah, okay, I remembered right then. What are pressure regulating pipes? Very
LeMU
different
を
from
覆って
other
いる多重
pipes.
隔壁、その内部の圧力調整を行っているパイプです。異常は軽微ですから緊急は要しませんが、倉庫の状況をご確認いただいた方がいいと思います。万一これが破損していた場合、私の力ではこれを修復することができません。お願いできますか？
Sure, leave it to me.
私も行くわ。
Excuse me, you sure?
修理するなら工具類が必要なんじゃないの？私ならいろいろ扱い方を知ってる。
Alright, let's go.
ココも手伝うよ。
Okay, you can come too, Coco. By the way, does anyone know where you and the kid went?
田中さんと少年さんは現在警備室にいらっしゃいます。
What the heck are they doing
レムと
there?
のコンタクトを試みているようです。
With LeMU? What am I thinking? I've got other things to worry about. Alright, the three of us are going to the warehouse. Sora, give you and the kid an update of the situation, will you?
わかりました。
We opened the door to the storage room to find the floor covered in water. The water level came up to the tops of my shoes. From the back of the room we could hear a hissing sound coming from somewhere. The sound drew our attention. There was a faint crack in the pressure regulating pipe, and water was dancing out of it in a fine mist. That's all it was. It didn't seem like we had anything to worry about. It seemed like we'd be able to fix it in no time. Skimmy had opened up the toolbox and was in the corner of the room and started spreading a few tools out in front of her. What do we need to do?
パイプが少し歪んでしまっているわ。金具を締め直すからパイプを持って支えてくれる？
Roger that.
ココは？
向こうのこのパイプがつながっているバルブがあるの。わかる？
Can I mess this up? I don't. Oh crap! I cut her off.
了解。
I wonder if I can mess this up. I'm not one to mess it up this time. In this way, the three of us started working in unison. We opened and closed the valves on a number of pipes, reattached pipes, and welded shut cracks.
たけし、ぼーっとしてないで次のパイプをお願い。
Huh? Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
まずそこの青いバルブを、そしたら次に赤いバルブをひねって。
Don't give me a choice. We fixed a number of pipes, but the sound of escaping steam still
そ
hadn't
れじゃここ
stopped.
少しそこで待ってて。
準備 OK だよ。
たけし、今言った順番でバルブをお願い。ちょっとたけし、聞いてるの？
Huh? Yeah, already, alright. I'm sorry, blue then red,
そう
right?
よ。緩めて、それから閉めるの。
I set myself upon the blue valve in front of me. I was supposed to loosen this. I'm supposed to turn this counterclockwise, right? Yeah? I turned the blue valve with all my strength. The sound of rushing steam grew softer. Okay, good. Phew, I wouldn't remember it if she didn't tell me. Alright, next close the red valve. The steam dancing from the pipe grew weaker. Alright, that does it. Okay.
あとちょっとだけ支えてて。
Holding up her left hand to shield her face, Sugumi operated a welding torch with her right hand. The crack in the pipe closed
たけ
visibly.
し、ここをつけたらすぐにそっちのバルブを元に戻して。
Okay. Sugumi finished
バルブを
welding.
早く。
Alright, jeez. Turn the valves in the opposite direction. I could feel the steam flowing through the
こ
valve.
こ、そのパイプはもういいわ。次はお願い。
OK。どこ？
そうね。ちょっと待って。
The water underfoot still hadn't gone down at all and was swirling around. The air conditioner on the wall was sucking in water and gurgling it out. It appeared it had also shorted out. I could see blue-white sparks jumping around inside. Hope it doesn't shock me. As soon as I thought this, it sounded like the air conditioner was about to break apart. Smoke started pouring out from the exhaust vents and from the intake port. Pork? What? Yes, they're eating. It's an intake port where you put in pork and you get to exchange it for a number of items. Yes, I'll exchange my pork for a good old Mountain Dew. Thank you very much. Murky water started gurgling out. The area around my legs was quickly getting grimy.
水が吸気口に吸い込まれた水が逆流してる。気をつけて。
Ah! What a very indignant way to respond to that. My leg got caught up in the jet of muddy water and I lost my balance. I reached out to grab something. I caught onto a stack of crates and old containers lying nearby. Groan, I guess it made an ominous sound. My body draped awkwardly over the containers. I lifted my gaze. The top of the stack was wobbling precariously. I looked to Sugumi. Our eyes met. She was frozen in place, holding her breath. I shot a glance over to Coco. She had her back turned to me and was grabbing onto a pipe. I looked up at the ceiling again. It all happened in an instant. The containers, having lost their balance, started to rain down. Chunks of metal, rusted pipes, thick iron cylinders. There was no sound. I perceived everything in vivid slow motion. Countless pieces of metal, all pouring down quietly. Although my mind was spinning, my body couldn't catch up. I couldn't talk. I couldn't move. Crashing metal. A raging monster. With its sight fixed on that small frame. Pouncing, devouring. All of it headed for...
Coco!
Is that what happened last time? I thought the pipe broke and went... This is different. This is different. Coco! Scream. The sight that flashed before me was a mountain of metal. The old pipes broke apart into thousands of pieces. The container splintered apart, the sharp corners flashing. You know, to be honest, let this be a lesson to people. If you have repair work to do, don't involve little kids or older kids. Yeah. I landed in the water. I threw myself out of the way, arms and legs flailing. The pipes on the wall were cracked. They had been damaged from the shock, and out of the cracks, water was gushing out. And fallen nearby was... Scooby! Same image as ever. Seriously, I have the feeling that Toxie cannot avoid his fate. He's just destined to keep having this crap happen to him over and over again. Seriously, I'm gonna be pissed off if he dies again. I mean, it would make sense, but I want to actually see him live for once. The kid gets to live when he gets the good endings. Why can't Toxie? I ran over to where she was. Coco looked around at the spectacle and hugged Pee-Pee to her tightly, her hands trembling. Yes, I had seen it all. Just before the metallic objects had crashed down on Coco's back, Tsugumi had thrust her out of the way. She'd protected her while risking her own life. A metal shard had dug deeply into Tsugumi's right thigh. It didn't look like she could move. Tsugumi grimaced and pushed down on the wound. She was losing a lot of blood. The murky water was getting redder by the moment. Hey, you okay besides that gaping wound on your leg?
これが大丈夫に見えるの？まったくバカなこと聞くのね。
Stop laughing. I'm going to get that stuff off of you. Just wait. I tried to lift the metal off of her. No matter how hard I tried, the heavy chunk wouldn't budge. Damn it.
無駄みたいね。
In the meantime, the water level had risen from ankle to knee height. Coco started to rush over to Tsugumi.
来ないで。
Stung by Tsugumi's cold words, Coco stiffened and
逃げ
stopped.
なさい。ココ。たけしも。早く逃げた方がいい。このままだとこの部屋の隔壁が持たない。みんな死ぬことになるわ。だから早く逃げなさい。
But, stupid idiot, you think I can just leave you?
しょうがないでしょ。ここから動けないんだし。この怪我じゃどうせ手遅れ。
Shut up. I roared out. Okay, I'm just saying if I can skip it. I won't let you give up on me now, damn it. Hey Coco, what are you standing there for? Get on that intercom and contact the others. With all her might, Coco moved her trembling legs to get closer to the intercom. So run up and tell the others to get over here. Although she looked flustered, Coco nodded and ran off. The door to the warehouse closed. Soon water came up to the bottom of the door. The water continued to rise. From her waist down, Tsugumi was almost completely underwater. The water level was almost over my knees.
何突っ立ってるのよ。意味もなくそんなとこにいないで。目障りだから。
I wouldn't be here if there wasn't a reason. I can't just leave you
ど
here.
うして？
I've taken nothing but abuse from you, and you still haven't thanked me properly yet.
ああ、そう。いい心がけね。
Tsugumi laughed weakly. Her lips were trembling. The murky water was spreading.
ちょっと寒くなってきたかな。
Alright, Tsugumi, I need you to stay with me now, alright? Stay with me. I chose my words as carefully as possible.
正気よ、私。
You'll be okay, the wound isn't that deep, so don't worry. I was lying. Even I could tell that her wound was life-threatening. Tsugumi's white femur had broken through and protruded from her flesh. Yeah, that's a little... That is a good sign of seriousness. People don't just say, they can see your real shoulder. Your real shoulder. It's just a flesh wound. Only people from silly movies say that.
大丈夫なんて。何を根拠に言ってるの？どうかしてるわね。
Sorry, it's all my fault. I wasn't paying attention when you got hurt. Water level was rising up to Tsugumi's head. The section of partitioning had broken and seawater was rushing in. The water was ice cold. The water volume increased mercilessly. Her face contorted with pain. In agony, she labored for breath. There wasn't any time. Making up my mind, I dove into the water. I couldn't open my eyes. All I could do was search the bottom using my intuition. Ah! Damn it. Using all of my strength, I heaved up the large mass of metal sticking into Tsugumi's leg. Aided slightly by the buoyancy of the water, the metal hunk moved slightly. Tsugumi pulled her leg out at once. I lifted my face out of the water, gulping greedily for air. The flooding wouldn't stop. The water level was already above my shoulders. Shut up and just keep quiet. With her leg injured, there was no way Tsugumi could swim. Holding on to her, I headed for the exit. The door was already underwater. I told you to keep quiet. There's got to be another exit. I'll look for that. It'll be okay. We'll find a way out of this. Would you keep quiet? I probably could have forced open the door if I had tried, but it would have put the second floor in danger of flooding. I searched desperately for an emergency exit. My legs wouldn't touch the floor. I could hardly breathe. I was at my limit. Ha! There's a ladder in the corner of the room. There's a ladder. We can use it to get to the emergency passage. We're going to make it, Tsugumi. I burst into the infirmary. I set the injured Tsugumi down on the bed. She was no longer conscious. She'd lost so much blood. We had to take emergency measures immediately. Hey, what are you going to do? You, who'd been waiting in the room, pushed me out of the way. A tourniquet was taken out from a rack of medical instruments on the wall and fastened around Tsugumi's thigh. What's the status? How bad is it? Can't we just use that scanner to check it out? I pointed to LMRI. Oh yeah. Well, what can we do? What are we, Sora put her hand on Tsugumi. A holographic window appeared in the air. A small sensor or camera started moving on the ceiling.
あくまで生誕スキャンの応用ですから、はっきりとは申し上げられませんが、大腿骨に損傷、複雑骨折しているかもしれません。それと動脈が切れています。切開縫合が必要でしょう。私、自分の指くらいなら縫ったことあるよ。サバイバルキットでだけど。では田中さん、お願いできますか？なんとかやってみるよ。麻酔は用意します。他にもレーザーメス、鉗子、縫合紙、必要なものはすべてこの部屋にありますから。
I just thought of something. You said she'd cut her finger. The kid had cut his finger. Okay. I don't know, I'm just picking up patterns, you know. It's probably unrelated. Probably. Let's remove the electric wagon and use this robotic arm together and the necessary surgical tools. How can I? You flipped up Tsugumi's skirt and fearlessly plunged your hand into the wound. He pointed angrily at the exit. Oh, yeah, sorry. Take care of her, okay? You looked determined to show us all what she was capable of. As soon as I left the tense atmosphere of the emergency room, my fatigue hit me. I set myself down on a nearby chair. Coco was holding on to Pee-Pee, but looked as if she were having a hard time relaxing. You let them know right away, so she should be fine. Coco's eyes were moist. It was hard to tell, but she had probably been crying moments earlier. Even still, she tried to smile. Still looking worried, she tilted her head as she asked me. Yeah, she'll be fine. Absolutely okay. Coco put her head on my shoulder. I held Coco close and patted her head softly. Her body trembling, she asked me this over and over. Thought maybe she had been trying not to cry until that moment. Coco, head pressed against my chest, started crying. This slow text, I think, is really. I think the point's across. It's okay. The point was across. What? What? What?
Huh?
Indeed, huh? Indeed. What? What? Okay, what? There's no choice for Takshi, apparently. What?
何泣いてんの少年。
Well, Takshi will probably live because he has no control over it, so he will probably live. Huh?
誰かにいじめられたの？わかった、たけしでしょう。
I shook my head back and
って
forth.
ことは、ナッキョ先輩か？
I kept shaking my head.
そっか、つぐみね。
Again, I shook my head back and forth.
それじゃあまさか、空が？
No, nobody is picking on me.
じゃあ、どうして泣いてたの？
I was looking wildly around in all directions. We were in front of the emergency room. Sarah was standing right in front of me, but I didn't see anyone else.
Hmm?
I said nothing, but ran into the room. No one was there. She wasn't lying on the examination table. There better damn will be some answers here. So is Coco and the kid, like, how are they related? Oh, good grief. This game.
こら、なんで逃げるのよ。
I'm about to run away from this game. Sarah's eyebrows were raised questioningly. I didn't run away. I just wanted to check something out, is all.
何を？
I stood to the side of the table and slid my hand across the surface. There's no warrant.
大腿骨に損傷、複雑骨折しているかもしれません。それと動脈が切れています。切開縫合が必要でしょう。なんとかやってみるよ。麻酔は？用意します。他にもレーザーメス、鉗子、縫合紙、必要なものはすべてこの部屋にありますから。
Hey, I'm gonna have to pause. Sorry about that.
倉成、邪魔。
All these voices jump back and forth in my head. Voices, voices, voices. Twisted my head and turned, looking around the inside of the emergency room. Looking slowly, the noise from before seemed like a dream. Seemed. What am I thinking? It was only a dream, just a dream.
ねえ、教えてよ。何を確かめたかったの？
No, I have had this crazy thought. Hey, I'm not any sort of an expert when it comes to DNA and stuff like that, but which one is it? The when you're a baby or whatever, you have you always start as female, right? And you have like 2 X chromosomes. I'm really drawing from my... Seriously. I had mostly A's in school, but I can't remember none of it. So what good did it do, right? But didn't, but you lose part of a chromosome and it becomes an XY chromosome or something. You become a male, right? Or is it the other way? It's one or the other. I think I got it right. I was thinking, if you clone people, how does that, affect it, So if the kid had cloned himself, if there were a clone of the kid, could that be? What if Coco is a clone of the kid who kept the original? I don't know. I don't even know how to word this crap, but it's something I was thinking. Might have to drawing from memory. Do they even look very similar? Probably the best way to. Next time her and the kid are on the screen, I'll have to take a look. See if they look very similar. And there's also a story with Pee-Pee, what the deal is with him, because he seems really smart. Not naturally smart for a dog, so. Let's keep going. Ponder time over with. I looked straight into Sarah's eyes and answered. I wanted to see if it was real or a dream.
Eh?
I had a terrible dream.
Why you met that?
Scummy hurt her leg really bad. There was flooding in the storage area, and when she went to fix it, a big chunk of metal fell on her. And then Sugumi, her leg got trapped by the metal. And she got a huge gash on her right thigh. I could see the yellow of her fat and the red color of her muscle and white bone. Her artery, lymph nodes, even nerve endings all hanging out and pulsating like rubber tubes. Wow, he's painting a picture. That's the whole area was covered in a sea of blood.
なんか聞いてるだけで貧血になりそう。そんな残酷な夢よく平気で見れるよね。
Well, it's not as if I wanted to see it.
それで悪夢にうなされた少年は思わず救護室の外に飛び出しちゃったってわけね。まあ確かにそんな夢を見たらワンワンワンワンと泣きじゃくるのも無理はないか。
Bawling? Was I crying?
泣いてたじゃない。3歳児みたいにヒステリックな声上げて。
That's when I realized, on my cheeks and chin, there was something that felt cold. There's a small drop of moisture sparkling on the eyelash. Hurriedly wiped away my tears. So I had been crying. It had all happened while I was sleeping, so I had no idea why I'd been crying.
ねえ、少年。ちょっと気になったことがあるんだけど。
Really? I mean, something besides the fact that he just dreamed about seeing the complete inside of Skimmy's legs?
今さ、倉庫で浸水事故が発生してって言ったよね。
Yeah.
それ、本当に起きたんですけど。
What?
少年が眠ってる間に倉庫のパイプが破裂して水が流れ込んできたの。
When I was sleeping? What's that supposed to mean? I couldn't fully grasp what was going on from what I'd heard. My mind
でも
froze.
安心して、修理は無事に完了したから。
And without any stitches. What about Sugumi? I didn't think it was possible, but I asked anyway.
もちろんピンピンしてるよ。修理の大部分はつぐみがやってくれたの。
Really? For some reason I felt relieved. Wonder if it had become my dream. I wonder if it was because my dream had been so real. So apparently the kid was pretty useless from that scene in his version. So useless that they didn't even need him. No wait, dream? Why would I have a dream about the warehouse flooding? I was sleeping. As though she read my thoughts, Sarah said.
それにしても不思議なこともあるもんだよね。少年、幽体離脱でもしてたんじゃないの？
She said as if she were making fun of me. But honestly, Sarah probably didn't take the possibility seriously. My mind was turning slowly, but hadn't started working normally again. Something was preventing me from thinking. Out-of-body experience. If I could do that. If I could do that, I could peep down girls' underwear all I wanted. He was in Takashi's head, indeed. Oh man, that's funny. That is funny. That sounds like a Takashi type thing to think about. It doesn't sound like the kid. Yeah. But anyway, that's it for this one. On that note, what a interesting line to end this episode off on. What perfect line. If I could do that, I could peep down girls' underwear all I wanted. We end the episode. What? That's amazing. How could that even happen? But anyway, I do hope you folks enjoyed, and I shall see you in the next one. And hopefully the next episode will not be too delayed. Recorded these 2 in a row. So you'll see this sometime Wednesday. Probably early, I don't know when. But hopefully tomorrow I'll be getting me a new computer. Hopefully. This computer's been giving me some trouble here lately, so hopefully I'll be getting a new one. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't, but I say hope. I guess I say that because I've really been wanting a new computer for the last year or so, so yeah, I'm getting a new one. It'll be tomorrow, Friday. But anyway, hopefully there won't be any issues with the games I play. This is when this game come out, 2001, 2002. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to go with Windows 8. Don't want to do that, but I probably will have to. I'm worried about compatibility issues, but hopefully there won't be any issues. I'm going to keep this computer as a backup anyway, so I just have to set it up somewhere else to record this specific game. Guess I'll do that. Yeah, I might. Unfortunately, if that's an issue, Never 7 would probably be an issue as well. But yeah, hopefully there won't be any issues, and it'll just be continue as normal when I get it. So anyway, yeah, hope you folks enjoyed, and shall see you in the next one. Very well.